let's jump right into this and then we'll wrap it up. In the end, Project Eve, I loved what I saw. I love a really strong female protagonist, and I love the fact that they're not afraid to have this protagonist look like a female and not a 13-year-old boy, which is the sort of going rate in 2021. I loved the action, and I love the fact that this was all captured on a PlayStation 5, and it just looks amazing to me. This is a third-party exclusive game for the PlayStation 5. I believe it's a Korean developer, and I think it just looks absolutely incredible. I love how unique it feels, and I like the idea of an action-adventure game, a world to explore, something really cool, quirky, and maybe even over the top quite a bit. Loved what I saw of it. I thought it was a little strange to start the show with a third-party exclusive and not the first party that we've been hearing about. And again, I'll tie this in at the end, but what I saw of this game looked amazing. The animation, I love the art style, the lighting, and the character is really, really cool. I like the idea, again, of a really kick-ass female character in a world that's unique. And I think that this is going to be a great, great game. I can't wait to see more of it. This is an absolute day one buy for me. And again, exclusive content for the PlayStation 5. I really love the look of this game, and I love the combat. What they showed, it looks like a combination of a hack and slash, but you're able to pull off some really cool moves. Again, the character design looks great. The enemies, everything looks really interesting. It has that really cool, intangible quality about it that I think attracts core gamers to games like this. Again, think about Devil May Cry, think about Bayonetta. This looks like a great game. The world is huge. The moveset, again, looks amazing. And I'm really interested in the character and the story. I thought it was cool starting off the show like this. I was expecting a big first-party push. Sony definitely had a plan with the pacing of this show. Again, we'll get into it as the video goes on. But the first game, Project Eve, is a definite must-play, definite must-buy. And cool, unique, exclusive content started off the show, albeit from a third party. But the next game we're going to talk about was one that I thought equally looked just as unique and really, really caught me off guard with how amazing it was. And again, there's a writer in this game that I mentioned in a previous video, I think 2 videos ago, that I said Microsoft should be banging down the door to get this person to write a game for them. The next game was Forspoken. This looks absolutely incredible, and that writer I'm talking about is Amy Hennig. She is penning this story for this game. What I like about this is it's wholly unique. A new character, a new world. It's just amazing to me. I mean, it reminds me of a sort of Harry Potter-esque fantasy world, but again, what's cool about this is the traversal in this game. The open world style of it is absolutely unbelievable. Take a look at this. Again, another third-party exclusive for the PlayStation 5. Starting off the show with 2 third-party exclusives. Started to get a little bit weird, but again, it's all going to tie in at the end. When this demo started, I was struck with how realistic the character models looked. And it's just an incredible looking game. And I love the idea of this person coming from the real world to a fantasy world. But again, take a look at the graphics of this game. Take a look at the gameplay. It has a fantasy-esque style to it. And again, that traversal and that exploration aspect that must be in this game. Look at this. I mean, I was blown away when I saw this. Unbelievable, vast open world. And the ability to traverse it that quickly is going to be amazing. Look at the character model here. Pay attention to the animations. This is early footage, and it looks fantastic. It's going to be completely cleaned up by the time this releases. Again, starting off with Project Eve, gonna buy it day one. Moving on to Forspoken, absolutely incredible looking game, built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. Amy Hennig writing this game is the reason to own it, hands down. Another must-have game for the PlayStation 5. Moving on to first party now, they started with something that obviously a lot of fans love, Gran Turismo 7. I'm not a big racing simulation fan, but again, this looks great. If you're a fan of Gran Turismo, it's a day one buy. Gran Turismo has a big name in the industry, a big name in the racing genre, and I think that obviously people are excited about this. Now, as someone who isn't a big fan of racing simulation games, I can't really speak to how great this is or how exciting this was to see, but I'm sure tons of people out there, and I know PlayStation gamers and Gran Turismo have a long history. I'm a PlayStation gamer. I've played Gran Turismo. My favorite was Gran Turismo 4A spec, and mostly because of the rally in that game. But again, Gran Turismo is making a return to PlayStation 5. Looked really good. Next up, obviously, was the game people were waiting for, and that's God of War Ragnarok. Now, this is a cross-gen title coming to PS4 and PS5. Let me start off by saying I think this looks absolutely incredible, but I also think it highlights cross-gen needs to stop. I'm not saying this game doesn't look great. It's going to be one of the best looking games you can play on console, PS4, Xbox Series X. Nothing will touch this game graphically, but I think it could have been so much more. But again, why complain when it looks this good? Obviously, they're hinting that there are some twists and some turns, and I'm a little bit nervous that Kratos is going to be retired, going to make that ultimate sacrifice, and then we will be playing as Atreus from now on in the God of War series. But take a look at this and think that this is built with the PS4 hardware in mind. It's unbelievable, and it's going to look even better on the PlayStation 5. I cannot wait to play this game. God of War is one of those games that you have to play. I can't imagine willingly not playing this game because it's simply on a PlayStation if you're one of those Xbox-centric people. The original God of War game, the one that came out in 2018, absolutely incredible. And this looks to continue the series. Sony Santa Monica, again, Sony's first party starting to ramp up. You're seeing the talent that they have. It's just breathtaking when their studios start to get to work. And they're not even working on the PlayStation 5 specifically yet. They're still doing cross-gen with these big games. Sony Santa Monica is working on a second project. You can bet that that is going to be PS5 only. And when they show that, imagine how great it's going to look. Take a look at this. Look at this gameplay. Look at the cinematic feel of this game. Absolutely amazing. Again, Thor in the game. We're seeing the Norse equivalent of God of War in this game as well, teaming up with Kratos and Atreus. This is going to be one of those games that's absolutely incredible. This moment right here absolutely gave me chills when I saw it. Look at this. This game is going to be fantastic. And then again, SpiderMan 2. Insomniac absolutely nailing it. Now, this is going to be a single-player experience. I know some people were talking about possibly co-op because you're seeing Miles Morales and Spider-Man. They said single-player adventure, but Venom is in this game. Unbelievable. Insomniac is just nailing it. And once again, another first-party studio. The creativity is unbelievable. And if you think God of War wasn't enough to get people to run out and buy PlayStation 5, think about Spider-Man 2 with Venom in it. Unbelievable. This game is going to be huge when it releases. Sony being able to lean on Insomniac games like this, and Insomniac games being able to deliver Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I mean, unbelievable level of creativity. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Insomniac Games now is making a Wolverine title, and I cannot believe it. The home for superheroes is PlayStation. I don't know what to say about this announcement. It was unbelievable. Now, I know a lot of people might be saying, well, it's CG only. You can't get excited about CG. Here's why you can. Because you have a history of work from the developer. You have Ratchet and Clank. You have Spider-Man. You have Miles Morales. Do you think Disney really didn't know, wasn't looking at Insomniac, wasn't judging them based off their past work, and especially with Spider-Man and Miles Morales, after the incredible job they did with those titles? Wolverine is now in the hands of Sony and Insomniac. The game's going to be incredible. Now, talking about the structure of this show, obviously they started with 2 third-party exclusive games, and they moved on to a lot of multi-plat titles. The show sort of slowed down, and I got the vibe that it might even be a bit disappointing. But once you get to the end, that's why I started this video with essentially the end of the show. You see why those relationships are so important. They're important because Sony has the content from their first party, and those third parties want to make those deals with PlayStation. They're more willing to work with PlayStation because Sony and PlayStation have a large base of consumers. They're selling more consoles because of all of the games we talked about in the beginning of this video, and those deals with third parties are more likely to happen because of that. So, an unbelievable show. When you watched it from beginning to end, the content that's coming to this console this generation, and this isn't even it, is unbelievable. Let me know what you think about this show in the comment section below. For me, Project Eva and Forspoken, I'm so excited about those. And of course, the first party games that they showed were phenomenal. Think about sharing this video out, maybe even subscribing to the channel. At the very least, hit the like button. It would help me grow this channel out. The PlayStation 5 event was absolutely incredible. The first party content is unstoppable. It's unmatched, and I cannot wait to play what they showed this generation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.